Welcome to part 2 of the best shortcuts in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. First, we will start off with Sweet Sweet Canyon. By the way, I'm on 200cc, so it might look a bit fast to you guys. On lap 1, you do want to take the pink path if you're on 150 or 200cc, just so it gives you better alignment for the next section. This next section is really hard, but you can use a mushroom to go through the donut, finishing the track. Believe it or not, the donut shortcut is actually one of the hardest shroom shortcuts in Mario Kart. I don't know why it is, but on laps 2 and 3, you want to take the blue path because it gives you better alignment for the next section, like I said. Then we use a mushroom to hop through the donut. By the way, this is the most delicious Mario Kart course ever. If you couldn't tell, these traffic cones are actually ice creams. I almost went on the pink path. That would have been bad. I ran into walls. Oh no, but the piranha ate me. That's actually bad. And that is sweet. Our next track is Thwomp Ruins. Again, I'm on 200cc because this track has a really good shortcut right at the start. You can just hop over the off-road. If you do what I didn't do, you have to hop through the off-road, not drive through the off-road. My bad. You actually do want to go up on this wall and then do a trick off of it because it saves a fraction of a second. By the way, on this track, there's this weird glitch called a Genzua glider, which means hitting a ramp at high speed, and it will give you a really fast boost. I have not practiced this course much, if you could tell. I keep running into walls, I know it's sad. Or I keep falling off the course. 200cc is something I do not practice much. If you could tell, I'm literally in the off-road, ow. I completely missed the shortcut. That is sad. On lap 3, there's this glider shortcut where you can just glide through this whole thing. It saves a bit of time compared to what we did on the first 2 laps. I literally forgot to use my mushrooms. I'm so sorry. And that is Thwomp Ruins. The next track is Twisted Mansion. There's 2 really good shortcuts on this track. So, yay. By the way, I was just doing 200cc, so this just seems so slow. I'm literally on 150cc. This should seem fast. For some reason, this just seems like 50cc. I have no idea. Oh, and then there's this really good shortcut where you use 2 mushrooms to go all the way through those pillars and stuff. It saves a lot of time, and it is what the pros use in their world records, so yay, I guess. Also, I didn't tell you guys this, but I probably could have done 200cc on this course. It's pretty basic, not gonna lie. Also, there is these guys with axes, if you can see behind me. So, I'd like to talk a little bit about the course itself. There's been a lot of good records on this track, especially on 200cc because of the very weird corners on this track. For example, in this section, look, these are 90-degree corners. Like, look. On 200cc, that is going to be very hard. So it makes sense why the records are really good. Also, you may be asking why I'm using Pink Yoshi, but Yoshi is the best character in the game, and I just really like Pink. Yeah, like I said, please avoid the axe guys, and that is Twisted Mansion. The next track is Sunshine Airport. Like the last one, it's going to be 150cc, so let's hope this isn't too slow. Wow, already seems slow. There's lots of cool strategies you can use on this track, but we'll be focusing on the shortcuts. By the way, if this video gets 5,000 views, we will do another part of Sunshine Airport, and we will be telling you all about the tips and tricks of the track. 5,000 may seem like a lot, but whatever. The first shortcut is right here. Yeah, don't hit the boxes. But there's actually way more shortcuts on this track. And one of them is actually coming up really soon. Like right after this corner, kind of really soon. You can use 2 mushrooms to go across that massive gap of off-road. It's a good shortcut, and it usually only takes 1, but it might take 2. So just be aware. Okay, let's try the box shortcut again. Let's hope it doesn't fail like the last time. No idea if that saved time or not. Also, if you're looking for a cart that has really good handling, I would recommend the Biddy Buggy with Yoshi and roller wheels and the Animal Crossing parachute. It is actually called the Paper Glider, but you know, whatever. That's another shortcut you can use with a mushroom. However, on 200cc, you can go for it shroomless, which I think is really cool. Finally, I got the shortcut, and that is Sunshine Airport. The next track is Wild Woods. Like in the last video, this course was recommended by the same person who recommended Sherbetland. There's lots of good shortcuts on this track, but I'll be focusing on one main one toward the end. Literally, I don't know how he didn't notice this shortcut, but whatever. On 200cc, it can be done shroomless, but this is the shortcut. It saves a ton of time. Also, big shout out to the Nintendo makers of this course, because look at the graphics here. If you look up in some areas, you see beautiful trees. Like, that is really impressive. Like, if you look down right there, look at that. That is pretty good graphics, I'm not gonna lie. Especially for a cartoon racing game. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. By the way, many of you may not know how to do a trick. To trick, you press ZR, or you just tap the drift button, you know, same button. In fact, that button actually does a ton of stuff. For example, you can even hop with it. This is a hop. It literally does exactly what it says, hop. I've been using hops in a lot of the shortcuts from all these videos to do shroomless shortcuts. It's really helpful, and that is Wildwoods. The next course is Big Blue. There's two main shortcuts on this track. Well, two main shroomless shortcuts. What the? You never saw that. By the way, if you go on these panels, they give you coins, which is super helpful. Way better than having to just manually find them on each course. Okay, on lap two is where things get very interesting. For example, there's this shroomless shortcut, which very good. Look at that. It saves a lot of time and is very easy to do. Like, look, I'm on 150cc and it's only been 1 minute. Alright. On lap 3, there's another really good shortcut, but it requires you going on the right path, which may seem interesting on a course like Big Blue, but yes, there's two paths on Big Blue. You want to take the green path. Time to back up. So sorry about that. You gotta get the green path or else the shortcut will not work. Anyway, you take the green path, and then over here, look at this. I kind of messed up on it, but you get the idea. You skip between the paths, and yeah. And that is Big Blue. So, the next course is Moo Moo Meadows. You're probably surprised to be seeing Moo Moo Meadows in this video, but again, someone recommended it, so I'm not complaining. See, look, there's so much off-road on this course. It is so unpredictable. Anyway, you can use a shroom to get over that off-road, only if you don't hit any of the massive cows. I wonder if they ever tried weighing themselves on a scale, huh? I'm so sorry if you're a cow and watching this. Sorry if I offended you. Anyway, another of the really good shortcuts is this one right here. Bro, there's more cows in my way. Again, the same person who recommended all the other courses or whatever recommended this one. So I'm not complaining. This is how we make content. We need recommendations. Speaking of recommendations, if you want to recommend one of your favorite courses for us to do in the video, we will gladly do it if you just subscribe and in the comments tell me what course you want, because we will never know if you don't say. By the way, the first few videos of our channel, we're going to do the regular tracks, not the DLC tracks, because most of you guys probably don't have the DLC. And that is Moo Moo Meadows! The next track is DK Jungle. You may be confused to see DK Jungle in one of our videos again, because we did it in our last video. But if you watched it, you probably know that I messed up the shortcuts a lot. So I'm doing it again. So if I screw this up, I will make even more videos about DK Jungle until I get it right. By the way, for the grand finale of this video, I will be showing you Super Bell Subway, which is one of the tracks that I I'm really good at. Like, really, really good at. I'm only 8 seconds behind the world record on it. Anyway, that is the shortcut I screwed up 3 times last video. So sorry about that if you watched that video. Alright, maybe I'm running into the off-road in this video, but I didn't get the shortcut at all last video. Anyway, this is a shortcut for obvious reasons. Oh no. No! I'm even falling off in this video. This is sad. Like I said in the last video, I call this room the golden banana room, because look what's behind me. Like, just look at it. It's beautiful. It's a golden banana. I can't believe I screwed this shortcut up 3 times in the last video. Like, how is that even possible? By the way, if anyone knows what those things are, like the bouncy, goofy things are, please let me know in the comments, because I'm curious if you guys knew that. You guys absolutely did not know that. Wait, how? My glider just disappeared. I literally skipped over, like, so much of the track. What? Anyway, that was the golden banana. If I screw this shortcut up on the last lap, you're allowed to leave a comment that says I have to do the video again. That is DK Channel. The next track is Super Bell Subway. This is my favorite track in the entire game, and I will be full speed running it this time. So, like I said, I'm only 8 seconds behind the world record on this course, which I think is pretty cool. By the way, on the first lap you want to go up there and then switch the paths to charge up the drift faster and also get a bunch of coins, which I think is pretty overpowered, because you're literally switching between paths. Then you can use a mushroom here to cut between that little slice of grass. By the way, in the official world record people have posted, they're not using their mushroom there, but at another shortcut, and then they're getting that shortcut shroomless somehow. I don't know how that's even possible, but I think Super Bowl Subway is just one of the best courses, because there's literally trains in it. Who doesn't like trains? By the way, this was the grand finale of the video, so it's almost over, so please subscribe, and that is it for the video.